Hey, curious minds! Welcome to EverCurious. I'm your host Iska, and today we're time traveling back nearly 2,000 years to a city that seemed frozen in time, and then was suddenly gone. The city of Pompeii. You've heard the legend volcano, ash, catastrophe. But beneath that dramatic image, there are mysteries. What really happened in August of 79 CE? Who escaped, and how? What puzzles still haunt the ruins? Let's dive in. Picture this. It's summer in Roman Italy. The city of Pompeii lies near the base of Mount Vesuvius. It's a bustling place filled with markets, baths, houses, and people going about their lives. Then, around midday, the volcano erupts. Plumes of ash and pumice rain down, and the devastation begins. Now, many textbooks tell us everyone died, that the entire city was wiped out. But as we'll see, the reality is more complex, full of surprises and unsolved questions. Let's quickly review what the evidence tells us. First, the eruption type. A so-called Plinian eruption, named after Plinian the Younger, who documented it. This means a huge column of ash and pumice shot miles into the sky, followed by deadly pyroclastic surges, superheated clouds of gas and rock. Second, the consequences. Buildings collapsed under the weight of the pumice, roofs fell in, and many died from asphyxiation or intense heat. Third, the preservation. Because the city was buried so quickly, we have a remarkable snapshot of Roman lifehouses, street graffiti, frescoes, and even the haunting void casts of victims preserved in the hardened ash. All of this is true, but it's just part of the story. Okay, here's where things get really interesting. Let's tackle mystery number 1. Who actually survived? We tend to imagine the city being completely wiped out, with no one left. But recent research tells a different story. Many people did escape. A study found that, contrary to popular belief, a large portion of the populations at Pompeii and neighboring Herculaneum probably survived. Why do we think this? Because archaeology shows many houses had been cleared of their valuables. Transport animals like mules are missing from stables, and family shrines were emptied of their statues. These are all signs that people evacuated, taking what mattered most to them. The historian Stephen Tuck calls this evidence from absence. It's not about what we find, but what we don't find. Now for mystery number 2. What was the primary cause of death? Was it the falling ash? Was it roofs collapsing? Or was it the pyroclastic flow? It turns out it was a tragic mix. In the first phase of the eruption, pumice rained down for hours. This material, while lightweight, accumulated to several feet, causing roofs to collapse and likely killing many who had sheltered inside their homes. Then, later, a devastatingly fast and hot pyroclastic surge swept through the city, which would have been instantly fatal for anyone still exposed. And that brings us to mystery number 3. Why do some parts of Pompeii look so untouched, while others are completely destroyed? This is because the eruption had distinct phases and directions, and the local geography played a huge role. The initial fallout of ash and pumice was carried by the wind, burying certain areas more heavily than others. The later pyroclastic flows were channeled by the landscape, obliterating some zones while leaving others relatively intact. This meant some neighborhoods had more time to escape, while others were overtaken swiftly. And the evidence of later reoccupation and salvage efforts after the eruption adds yet another layer to the mystery of what happened in the immediate aftermath. Let's go beyond the volcano for a moment and focus on the human side. The people of Pompeii weren't just victims, they had lives, hopes, and some, notably, had to rebuild or move on. Historian Stephen Tuck has meticulously traced survivors who resettled in other coastal towns, finding their names on inscriptions and records miles away from Vesuvius. They carried on, and the artifacts themselves tell powerful stories. Think about those famous empty strongboxes, the missing horses in stables, the shrines stripped of their statuettes. These are more than just curiosities, they whispered to us. People fled, they tried to save what they could, they made choices in the face of disaster. This also raises the question, why did so many people stay so long? One reason is that earthquakes had been rocking the region for days, even years, before the fatal eruption. For the residents of Pompeii, tremors were a part of life. They were used to them. So, tragically, many didn't interpret the initial quakes as a sign of an imminent, catastrophic volcanic event. They likely thought it was just another earthquake. And here's a bittersweet twist. Centuries later, the ruins themselves became a kind of surviving city. Excavations began in the 18th century, and the city that died became a priceless window into the Roman world, allowing it to live on in a different way. So, exactly how many died, and how many escaped? The honest answer is we don't know for sure. The numbers are rough estimates because the data is incomplete. What choices did people make in that terrifying crisis? Did they try to flee by land or by sea? Did they stay and shelter in their homes or cellars, hoping the worst would pass? How did the city's design affect survival rates? Some streets likely offered faster exit routes, while others became deadly traps. We also have to consider the concept of time during the eruption. The sequence of events mattered immensely. The first phase, with the falling ash, was terrifying but relatively slow, allowing some a window to escape. But the later pyroclastic surge gave almost no chance for survival. Finally, what can we learn from this today? For the millions of people living in volcano-prone regions around the world, the story of Pompeii is more than just history. It's a powerful cautionary tale about heeding warnings, the importance of preparedness, and the resilience of communities. That's why these mysteries matter. They connect us to these ancient people across 2 millennia. There you have it. The story of Pompeii is not just about death and destruction, but about life, choices, escape, and memory. The ruins whisper to us, be curious, ask questions, and don't just accept the simple story. If you enjoyed this dive into the past, hit that like button, subscribe to EverCurious, and ring that bell so you don't miss our next adventure. And drop a comment below. If you could ask one question to the people of Pompeii, what would it be? I'll see you next time. Stay curious.